him and gave him my 40 quid. Yeah. So I thought I'd go to Kipton Park this afternoon, Porky. You want to come with? I'll pay all the excess.
Yeah, I think Mike man.
Yeah, wait for me for a while, too, and I'll come along. He's a changed up. You know, I can't stand these ones that turn up on a Saturday. Then he goes in leather jackets. Scruffy, breeding artists from Chelsea with birds that look like East End whores.
Well, what do you expect? It's a Portobello market. Anyway, it's pushing up the price of Siamese back scratchers, isn't it?
Siamese. Anyway, let's have a look.
Secret drinker.
Jimmy, love, can I with the swivel for you?
What?
You see that little run?
Thank you.
Looks as though you've had a good day out there.
Don't forget one.
I can't freezing stuck on that stall all day.
Have a whiskey?
No, thanks. What do you want? Here, do you know what an awful lot of cheek to speak to me today on the phone?
Why don't you get yourself all dolled up? We're going to a right party. All the chaps will be there.
Oh, go away. You stink of onions.
Oh, ain't it nice?
No. Anyway, I'm not going to no party tonight. I've got to help my mum make up 20 reels by Monday.
Go.
Oh, no, you go on your own. But if you were a man, you'd have to come out and help.
Well, I ain't a man, and I'm going to enjoy myself before I marry you.
Here you are, then. 3, 4, 5, 6. And here's your 3 and a kick change.
Lovely. Good on you.
I don't take them.
Come on, Henry, where you been?
Oh, I've been up there. He's been hanging about, and he was all hanging.
Cheers.
Cheers, Cocker.
Look after yourself.
Ta-ra, then. Don't catch cold.
It's all cobblers. More like 4 quid wrapped round a toilet roll. That mob's from Oxton. Been working a 3-car trick in the market.
What, find a lady?
Yeah.
Cool, I thought they went out with Dickens.
Not likely. They're half Jamaica around here on a Saturday trying to find a lady.
Well, that mob don't need any telling where to find the ladies on this map, does it?
Around the other bar.
Now, looking for my friend.
I don't give a damn who you're looking for. Around the other bar if you want a drink.
I'll give me a drink.
Now, look, man, just don't push it. Round. Do you mind? Out. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down the other bar.
All right.
I thought there was a colour bar in Notting Hill.
Well, it ain't. But I can't serve blacks in this bar. I'd lose all my respectable customers.
Did you say respectable, Jimmy?
Right, Tap.
Lord help us, look who's just blowed in. The wickedest copper in Notting Down, Mr. One a Day.
Now, leave off, Porky. He won't be happy until he's nicked one, and today it could be you.
Give us the sandwich.
Come again, right. All right, what's it?
Hold it.
Now, I told you, mob, to keep off this manor. If I see you on this manor again, I'll do the lot of you for sus. Keep your villainy to Oxton. With enough villains here as it is. Without immigrants, do you understand? Keep off my manor.
Well, Governor. You're the boss.
So you think that's clever, do you?
But I ain't done nothing, Gov. I've got my barrow outside. I've just pushed it out the stable with 6 cases of it.
Take that smile off your face or I'll wipe it off for you.
I should think so.
What are you doing, man? Get him out of here. You lot get out, no, go. Get out of it, all of you.
But I ain't done nothing.
I ain't done nothing. You've knocked out the wickedest copper on the manor.
He ain't done nothing.
I ain't done nothing. What do you think that is? About 2 ton of pottage down there.
How long did you get?
6 months.
2 haircuts and a shave and you'll be out. Not worth coming in for.
How do you mean?
Have you been in before?
No.
What did you get done for?
I ain't done nothing much. I pushed the copper I thought was going to hit me.
What's your name?
Danny Lee.
Where'd you come from?
Notting Hill.
Any relation to Brittany Lee?
Yeah, that's my old lady.
Oh, fancy that. And you ain't been in prison before? Oh, you're about the only one of the family that ain't. I know Brit well. Wonder she didn't straighten out the copper for you. She's red hot at that caper.
Yeah. What I wanted to ask you was...
As I was saying, crooked coppers. The public have got no idea what's going on. Now, take me, for instance. I was standing at the bus stop, facing Selvages.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And a woman copper comes up and does me for loitering with intent to pick pockets. A woman, mind you.
Yeah.
So I says to the magistrate, it's a pity the police don't spend more time trying to find the money for the great train robbery. I spent their found half of it, but now I carved it up between them. So they read out my previous. I've done 18 cons for the whiz, ain't I?
Have you?
Yeah, so the magistrate says to me, you seem to have spent half your life at the bus stop, number 15, waiting to pick people's pockets. It would have been more profitable if you had got a job as a bus conductor. Yes, he seemed to think that was funny.
Well, it ain't bad, is it?
So he says to me, I'm going to give you a chance. You'll go to prison for the month.
How long is it before I can...
Yeah, well, it won't be long now.
You don't shut up, I'll jam these down your throat, you big-mouthed mug.
Oh, charming.
Now shut your trap. Now, son, what have you been trying to ask Big Mouth?
Well, how long is it before I can see my girl? She's in the family way and I'm worried about her.
Oh, not for a month, son. But tomorrow morning, make an application to the governor for a special visit. Explain the circumstances. You might get a special visit. Tell him you was getting married. He's very religious.
Thanks, mate. I'll do that. How long do you get?
30 years.
30 stretch. You must be one of the train robbers.
Right.
Sorry, Governor, for opening up my trap. I didn't know. I mean, I always get a bit excited when I'm going to the nick. I'm all right once I'm inside.
30 years.
Well, we're getting nearer. The hotel says so, and you don't pay no bills.
And the next one.
One on to you, Mr. Feeney.
He's been here before. When I showed him the door, then I wondered how long it would be before he would be back
With a 10 for his whack.
One to you, sir, and
One on to me. Wherever they roam, our pigeons come back home. You would think it was time that they knew
that this prison is the place where they terminate their race.
one to me, sir, and one on to you.
All right, turn out your pockets and give me valuables, Mr. Morgan.
Three bob, 3 and a tenner. 4 bob, 4 and a tenner. Right. Come round, sign here for your money and valuables. 4 and a tenner, correct?
When you sign, get in there, throw out your clothes and pick up a blanket. Next one.
Right, onto the scales. Brook, 240 pounds, Mr. Johnson.
Right, Mr. Morgan.
Right, go through that door, get into the bar. One on to you, Mr. Feeney.
Name?
Danny Leaker.
Sentence?
6 months, Gov.
Previous convictions?
None, Gov.
Offence?
Sort on a copper, Gov.
Tough guy, eh?
No, Gov, I was pushing my barrow along the market like, and a copper pushed me, so I put one on him. They pushed me in here, and I'll be pushing out in 6 months.
Well, don't try putting in one on anybody in here, me old cock sparrow, or your own mother won't recognise you. Pusher Lee.
Oh, yeah.
Date of birth?
7th of the 2nd, 1940, Gov.
40. Married or single?
Single, Gov.
Occupation?
Street trader.
Maguire, 148 pounds, Mr. Johnson.
Right, Mr. Morgan.
One on to you, Mr. Feeney.
Religion?
I'll see, Gov.
Right, turn out your pockets, give your valuables, Mr. Morgan. Right. And the next.
Bathhouse? What? One special. Send him back like a newborn babe.
You dirty old git.
My old woman would go through my hair with a small tooth comb tonight if she hadn't run away.
Orderly, put a spray around where his lordship was sitting, will you? Well, no money, Pusher Lee?
No, Gov.
Right, come round here and sign for your valuables, then.
Well, I can't write properly.
Well, do your best, boyo.
When you sign, Pusher Lee, get in there, throw out your clothes and pick up a blanket.
Oh, give us a...
Next.
Right, less of your lip and on your way. Come on.
Oh, come on, Doc. You wake your ideas up. I'm going to be here all bloody night, you know.
Coming, boss, I was coming.
Yeah, come on, let's have your name.
Jim Ritchie, boss.
J. Ritchie. Sentence?
14 years.
Blimey, Darty. You going for big ones?
Yes, sir. Fella steals my wife, and I shot him right here. But I was innocent, boss. Really, I never meant no harm.
Come on, Pusher
You're
Lee.
lucky they didn't put a rope round your neck.
All right, I'll go off a jiffy.
Previous conviction?
6.
Date of birth?
I don't know, Chief. You know, it's a long time.
Yeah. Well, I'll put you down at 35. Occupation?
Film extra, boss.
Oh, well, you'll be able to join the drama class when you get down to Moore.
Lee, 168 pounds, Mr. Johnson.
Right, Mr.
One on
Morgan.
to you, Mr. Feeney. Right.
Religion?
I don't know, boss. You know, if
You've got to have a religion. Take one. Oh, that's interesting. If you're taking a red one, you'll be an RC. White one, well, that's C of E. The blue one's for the Jews.
Jew.
So, from now on, you are a Jew.
Who's looking after the shop, then?
Hey, just a minute, Izzy. Married or single?
single.
Here, look. You just said a fella stole your wife and you shot him. So how can you be single?
Why, single now. All on my own for 14 goddamn years.
All right, turn out your pockets and give your valuables to Mr. Morgan.
Right. Money. 5 bob. Right, come and sign that.
I can't write, Chief.
Well, put a cross then.
When you sign, Doc, you get in there, throw out your clothes and pick up a blanket. Right, next one.
Right, on your way, on your way.
Here you are, me old chop, Johnson. One travelling coat.
My Charlie.
Right, I'm up from Dartmoor from your visit.
Yeah, you've got thinner, lad. I never recognised you sitting down there. Was it 12 years since you went down the moor?
That's right.
How are you getting on?
Up and down, Tom, up and down.
You know the trouble?
It's hard to keep out of bother in the moor. Jesus Christ himself couldn't do that.
Hey, Mr. Morgan, you remember I told you the one and only time I was on condemned cell duty?
Yeah.
About the prisoner who was reprieved the night before he was due to be topped?
Yes, I remember.
Well, here he is. Now you've done 12 years, eh? Yeah, I was reading in the papers the other day how you was the only lifer left on the moor.
That's right. One's gone back to the island, the other's got a special after 9 years.
Have they fixed the date for your release yet?
Now go, worse luck.
Oh, never mind, lad. You could be worse off, you know. Yeah, we had one fella come into the condemned cell today. I think he'll hang. Ross, his name, do you know him?
Yeah, I've been following this case. He done a 5 on the moor when I started my life.
Well, lad, you must be tired. You had any dinner?
What on to you, Mr. Feeney? Bathhouse.
Such a scene in London after all these years. Fear broke me heart travelling up here from Waterloo. Fish and chip shops, newspaper boys. We passed the pub, they were singing and dancing. Silly, I was glad to get in here. Could do with a nice cup of tea, though.
Cool.
Orderly, get him a pint of tea and put some sugar in it. I don't care where you get it from.
As soon as said and done, Cut.
Hey, look, lad, you sit down. I'll bet you on the chief's office about you. Oh, Mr. Morgan. You get the details on that tramp.
Aye.
Hello, chief's office. Our reception here, sir. Yeah, all correct. I've got a man here, Sir Michael Carney. Yeah, he's a lifer up from Dartmoor, lodging here for accumulated visits. Yes, sir, he's wearing prison clothes, Dartmoor type special. Shall I pass him straight through, sir? Oh, yes, of course. Right, sir. Right. Yeah, well, the chief can't see you until tomorrow. But you can keep those clothes on, dine in a mess, or sleep over the hospital. I'll give you a pass.
Yeah, mate.
Ah. You're all right for snout, then?
Yes, go on. I've an old leg now and I know the ropes.
Mr. Morgan, we'll have those receptions back from the bathhouse, if you please.
How you been getting on then, Go?
Well, I've had a bit of bad luck, lad. The old woman ran away.
No.
I've been together for 15 years. I don't know why. I never thumped her or nothing. Still, she might come back.
Come on. Come on.
All right, you lot. Line up over there. Right. Well, the doctor will see you lot first thing tomorrow morning. Any complaints? All right, no complaints. Yeah, you, Rothschild. You come in here a dirty old tramp. Look at you now. Clean and handsome. So keep it that way while you're in here. Right, you'll get your clothes at the Park Warren stores.
Okay, Connie. I'll take you.
Look after yourself, then. Right, lead on, single file. And stop your yapping.
I've been out on the black since I was 8 years old. The stories I've crafted, the tales that I've told. I've brought up 4 boys and taught them my art. But Danny, my baby, has broken my heart. Hold on, wait a minute. Shan't be a sec. I'm just hanging up my washing. Shan't be a minute. I thought I told you boys not to come round here with stuff in the daylight. You'll have the coppers on our tail. Do you want us all to end up where Danny is?
Don't worry, Ma, no one saw us.
Oh, this bloody smokeless fuel. You want to watch yourselves, you know, and you want to watch other people. Our world is full of informers. Half the people in the nick ain't there because they're catched by the police. They're there because of information received, that's what. And the biggest crime you can commit is to get caught.
Leave off, Ma, will you? We know what it's all about by now.
Yeah, and so did your father. And look what happened to him. He got topped at the bill for 100 quid, and that was all through a grass, an informer. Your son. Yeah, and I've got something to say to you.
What?
When you're licking your girl's ear in bed, Don't go breathing no words down it. Many a good man has been topped for what he told a woman in bed.
What, me? I don't never get a chance, Ma. Can't even get a girl.
None of us have much time for courting, Ma. Thieving's a full-time occupation.
Yeah, anybody seen my playboy?
Where did you hoist this little lot from?
It was strapped out on the carrier of an old Rolls Royce that was parked outside of a booze in Belgrave Mews.
Oh, I hope it don't belong to the mush who runs the place. I used to sell leather outside there years ago. He often slipped me $50.
No, Mum, it's one of them Belgrave burglars, you know, that wears jackets with splits up the back and all that, and cavalry twill trousers, you know.
Well, let's see what you got. It's a pity you ain't got no pussies, because you know old Jim Lee? Cool, he's had a right tickle from some of his villainy. And he's going to buy his old woman a mink coat for £100. He's taken her to the Grosvenor Hotel, the Showman's Guild, on New Year's Eve.
Ma, we've earned ourselves £100. What about that, then, eh? Hey? Oh, well, if you play your cards right, you'd bet me tonight.
Oh, get her.
Hey, I think this must have belonged to some film star. Smells smashing.
Don't be silly, boy. Brassies smell lovely and they wear mink. Still, you've done all right there.
Not bad, is it?
This is the real, genuine article. I'm proud of you. I am really, boys. Let's see what else you've got. Ooh, kite book. That ain't much good to you three, is it? You can't write.
Never got a chance, did we? Always out on a wag for you.
Well, I can print, Ma. They taught me to print at Borstal. I bet if I'd done a bit longer, I'd have learnt to write. Yeah. Do you think our Danny learned to write?
Danny, oh my God, don't talk to me about Danny.
Why?
First he gets himself 6 months for nothing, for chinning a copper, and then he pleads guilty.
Yeah, that's true.
Now listen, all of you. Never forget the 11th commandment. Thou shalt not plead guilty.
Not even if you're banged to right.
Here, who wants a Maryland cookie?
Yeah, I'll have one. Yeah, give us one.
We're three jolly screwsmen and Mary's our best. Whenever we're late, she invents our defense. The jury she straightens, the bogey she buys. But Danny pleads guilty, brings tears to her eyes. Singing, do 'em up, trim 'em up, dump 'em up, boys. Oh, we'll do 'em up, trim 'em up, dump 'em up, boys.
Now I am a burglar, as good as they come.
And I am a creeple, turn over a drum.
I am a hoister, so nimble and smart.
But Danny, the state one has broken my heart.
Shut up, for good.
Hello, Abel.
Hello, love.
Aye, here comes trouble. What do you want?
Oh, what's wrong? It's the same every time I come here.
Look, I'll tell you what's wrong. I don't want no Irish cockney hanging round my Danny, see? The next thing I know, you'll have him serving at the altar. Women are the cause of all the trouble. The boys blow down their ears when they're in bed with them. And then all the nicking they've done and all the villainy, it ain't a secret no more.
Well, Danny hasn't got any secrets from me. And anyway, he isn't a thief.
No.
Oh, no, he ain't, is he? But he's in the nick just the same, isn't he? He's in the nick with thieves, murderers and blackmailers. Isn't it better to be in the nick for thieving something than to be in there for hitting old people on top of the head, killing little boys and girls, raping and chinning coppers? Violence is a mug's game. You never live to spend the money you make out of crimes of that kind. I wouldn't care if he was a good old tea-leaf like his old dad, or like my other boys here. They don't go round chinning coppers, do you, boys? I said you don't go round chinning coppers, do you?
Oh, no, Ma, you can't spend the helmet that falls on the floor. Here, mind you, there's a few coppers I'd like to kill myself, aren't there? I mean, you take Hobart, for instance. He's a right animal.
Yeah,
Twist.
I do for him myself.
I mean, they truss you up just like a chicken, don't they? Yeah. And then along comes Ketch with about 6 feet of rope, and then they kick you down this trap, and then a geezer sort of jumps on your legs to make sure your neck's broke. Yeah, straight. And if you're not dead after that little lot, there's a dirty great big screw down the bill that gives an extra jerk on your legs just for luck, like.
Then the top of it all, Ketch goes along to some newspaper and gets thousands for telling how he hanged
That's it.
Oh, lay off. You still haven't told me what you want.
I want to know what prison Danny's in. I've got to see him.
You stay away from him.
Well, it's a bit late in the day for that. I'm 3 months gone.
What? Do you mean to tell me that my Danny's put you in the family way? You dirty whore.
I'll leave off, Ma. She ain't done no harm. It's true. Danny told me he thought he'd put her in the pudding club.
Well, then it's her fault then, isn't it?
Look, it takes two to make a baby, doesn't it, Ma?
She led him on. What did you want to pick on my Danny for?
Well, I didn't want a baby, I can tell you. It just happened.
Go on, take those cards.
Hey, what about our
Outside.
game?
Out in the yard. Go on up it.
Yeah,
Go on,
show
play.
me, you.
You take that crap you're reading and get outside,
Oh,
too.
but it's cold out there.
Go on, get out when I tell you.
I wouldn't listen.
Go on. Now listen, I'm going to ask you something, and I want you to speak the truth. Has anyone else ever touched you bar my Danny?
No, no, honestly, Britannia. I was a virgin till I went with Danny.
Oh, my God, here we go. One of those, eh? Well, my dear, lots of things can happen to you when you start having babies. You'll lose your figure. You'll get fat. You won't be able to go dancing no more. And some girls even go off their heads. Come over here, come on. Sit down here. Sit down. Now listen. Why don't you be a nice, sensible little girl and come back here later on when the boys have gone out screwing, and I'll get rid of that little lot for you.
Oh, no. No, Britannia. I couldn't do a thing like that. It's worse than murder. And Danny's pleased. He'll be out before the baby's born and we can be married.
Do you expect my Danny to keep you and a baby with what he gets by grafting with a barra?
Well, I earn a few bob a week in the market. And I'm saving. Anyway, my old nan's promised to give me a caravan. And 500 quid if the man I marry is a worker. Well, now, Danny is a worker.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'll admit that. He's a worker, all right. Why, remember when he was just a little kid, he used to sit up half the night making clothes pegs with his little knife. All right, cock, now listen. You pop along to Penderville and see if they'll let you in to see Danny. And if they do, you tell him I've got a screw straightened up and I'm sending him in some snout. Joe, Lou! Joss, get the van out and drive Rosa here out to the Ville. Drive gently, mind. We don't want her to lose her baby. Nor her dad's cash, eh, girl? Sit there and I'll make you a nice cup of tea.
Right, for the benefit of those of you who only come in last night, this is what you do when you go in to make your applications. Stand on the mat, 6 feet in front of the governor's desk, give your name and number, make your application, right? Answer to your names and numbers. 659 Winters.
Sir.
389 Cook.
Sir.
427 Lee.
Right.
Right what?
Right.
When you address me, you call me sir. Understand? Unless you want bread and water. Sir, sir, sir. Got it? Right. 618 Jenkins.
Sir,
What do you want?
can I fall out for a slash?
No, you can't. This ain't a public convenience.
But I'm bursting.
Too bad. 4 men all correct, sir?
Hey, you missed a bit out there.
It's got to have another coat, sir.
Right, Chief, let's back in.
659 Winter, sir. Can I have a petition for the Home Secretary, sir?
Right.
Sir.
Next applicant. One on to you, sir.
389 Cook. Can I have a special letter to my wife, sir? I haven't heard from the last one.
No, you can't. Have an inquiry form. Right.
Which you don't understand, sir. I'm getting worried about her. I haven't heard.
Get out.
Yes, sir.
Next applicant. One on to you, sir.
427 Lee. Sir, can I have a special visit from my girl?
What's so special about your girl?
Well, she's in a family way and I'm worried about her.
Well, if you're so concerned about her welfare, why didn't you marry her in the first place?
Well, we were saving up to get married, then this happened. I got 6 months for nothing.
You'll get a visit in 30 days or not before, right?
Sir, her father might sling her out.
So what?
Well, she might commit suicide.
Oh, I'm sick and tired of listening to all this twaddle. Out!
But, sir, you've got to let me see her.
I've got to, have I? I told you to get out. Out. Chief, put this man on report for disobeying an order and take him down below.
You bastard old retired cop! That's what you are allowed people to I want to see my girl! I want to see my girl!
Next applicant.
You bastard!
He's a gamer.
Well, I don't know about game. He's mocked off my tobacco. Look at that. And when he comes up from Chokey, I'll give him a thump.
I'm not about thumping him. What about using him?
He might fit into our little scheme.
Oh, no, I didn't know anything.
I'll go to work on the screw when he comes. And try and get the much foot in ourselves.
Paint off that. That tough guy wants taken down,
That's
especially.
just what we were saying, sir, mucking up our tobacco. If you put him an asshole when he comes up from choking, we kick his teeth in.
You're going to have a new cellmate. Look at that.
I ain't hanging around outside Nick's. Makes you feel superstitious like, doesn't it?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I always get the feeling if you go and visit someone, you end up walking around on remand yourself.
Yeah, I knew a fella once.
Oh, no, he knew a fella.
Hang on, Barbara, yeah. I knew a fella once who said ta-da to his old woman. I'll be home just after 5, he says. He was home after 5, all right? 5 years in a nick.
Go on.
Yeah, do you know what happened? I'll tell you. He come here to visit one of his mates, see? And when he come out, coppers nicked him, didn't they? One of the screws inside had been earwigging, and he got his collar felt. Charming.
Yeah, all right.
Mother's got the geezer straightened, eating from her handle threatened. Mother's got the geezer straightened, she will never let a chance go by.
I done a stretching Pentonville, some other bought a screw.
She gave him 10 a week and told him all he got to do. The Hilton couldn't ever beat the service that he gave.
He brought the papers every day and old spots for me shave. So Mother's got the geezer straightened, eating from her handle threatened. Mother's got the geezer straightened, she will never let a chance go by.
Hey, Rosa, did you see him then?
No.
Why not?
He said he was down in the punishment cells and couldn't have no visits.
Oh, blimey, our Danny ain't up a mug, ain't he? First he gets himself nicked for nothing, then he can't even keep his nose clean while he's inside, can he?
Yeah.
So Danny is convicted and they've taken him away to do his bit of birds in Wandsworth jail. And the man that runs the prison is a man called Johnny May, and he's the hardest man in all the jail.
2.5 furlongs to go, criminals a length in front.
You give me a shitting everyone there, Nick is on that house today with a name like that.
Now wait, it's Golden Salamba.
That's better.
Yeah, Golden Salamba's won it.
I'd go for that.
Good job too. We stood to lose 40 ounces of snout if criminal had won.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny, hope they're not going to stick a tramp in this Peter with us tonight.
I wish they transfer one of them birds from Holloway. That'd do me.
Get away, you can't make love on porridge.
Hello, hello. Getting all serious like you blokes make me laugh. Yeah, I was a new cellmate for you. He's been out in choking for a few days. You better have a talk with him, otherwise he'll lose a bit more emission.
Up there, lad.
Come. What's your name, son?
Dan indeed. What's yours, mate?
Mine? Johnny May. And this here's Robbo.
I'll go.
Johnny May, the king of the underworld.
That's what the papers say. Anyway, never mind about that, son. How long you been down choky?
3 days number 1, 7 days number 2. I lost 3 days remission.
What for, lad?
Oh, my bird Rosa, see, she's in the family way, and I heard that she'd come up here to visit me. Well, they told her I couldn't have a visit for 28 days, and they wouldn't let her see me. Well, when I saw the governor, I done me nut and called him a dirty, retired old puff.
Yeah.
He may be an old puff, but he's not retired. I remember him when he was housemaster at Borstal.
He's not on his own. I could tell you about a few tearaways who was puffs.
Yeah.
I caught a chib merchant bank to rights in his Peter one day. Anyway, son, why don't you write the old girl? Cheer her up.
I'm not very good at reading or writing.
Well, what'd you do down the punishment cells then if you can't read?
Nothing. I only thought of my Rosa all the time. I'm dead worried about her, what with her being in the family way and all. She ain't got no money, and I think her old man will kick her out.
Yeah, son, have a smoke.
Tough.
You mentioned money just now. Have you ever had 2 grand?
2,000 quid? Me? 20 pound weight of chestnuts, about all I've ever had.
What's the most money you've ever made, son?
12 quid. Grafting in the barrel on election day.
12 quid, eh? It's a diabolical liberty, you know. It's not fair. Some have plenty and some have nothing. What are you in for, son?
Salt on a copper.
What you get?
6 months.
6 months, eh? For nothing. You want to have material gain if you're going to come in here, son. Don't never come in for nothing.
Yeah, that's it. Material gain. That's it. Material gain. You got to make crime pay. But Johnny and me here. I mean, we've done a few laggings, but we got thousands stashed away. We've been to Cannes and Nice. We don't ever mess about, you know. We stay in all the best places. The Carlton, Martinez. Well, Johnny here's got a yacht tied up at the moment.
Yeah. Like a big cabin cruiser, yeah.
All the crew on half pay. We're doing birth for something.
Yeah, but I ain't no thief. I've never stole nothing in my life.
Well, it's about time you started, isn't it? I mean, it's not you in this game to do birth for nothing, you know, and the greatest crime is to get catched.
It's funny you should say that. My ma always says that.
Your ma? Why, who's your ma? What's your ma's name?
They call her Britty. Britty Lee.
Britty Lee? I know Britty Lee. Is that your ma?
Yeah.
She buys a bit of gear off all the oysters.
Yeah, that's right.
So you're
Oh,
Britty
I
Lee's
know,
boy, eh?
eh?
Well, of course I can tell now. Sure. Here. Now, fancy a boy of Britty Lee doing half a stretch for nothing.
Yeah.
I bet she's choked.
I'll bet she is. Double choked.
She ain't too pleased.
Do you realise, lad, if you'd have been working with us, you'd have had a few thousand quid for doing 6 months? Would you do 6 months for 2,000 quid?
I don't know.
You don't. Tell us, what would you do if you had 2,000 quid?
Well, what would I do now? Well, I'd get rid of me barrow for a start. Then I think I'd buy myself a lorry and a caravan. Then in the summer, me and Rosa could graft all the fairs and the markets. Then in the winter, maybe we could get a stall down Portobello Market or go coaling.
6 months,
That's
you'd
what I'd
serve
do with
4.
2,000 quid.
That's £500 a month. That's £125 a week. That's more than some of them film stars get.
Yeah, film stars money. That time when you're not in prison, you're working like. You got to look at it like a job of work for 125 nick a week. Well, Johnny and I worked out our wages last night, and we've earned more a week this year than the Lord Chief Justice.
All right, Bob, just a minute. Let's get down to brass tacks. Now, look, Danny, I want to talk to you. Now, you know all about me. You know I'm a man of my word, right? Now, you've heard all about honour amongst thieves, haven't you, son?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's all cobblers. There's no honour amongst thieves. There's a lot of dodgy characters in the underworld I ain't all that proud to be king of, I tell you. But no one can't say nothing against me, because I'm rich. Now, I'm a man of my word, and I like you. I like your face. It's a pity in one way you go out 6 months before us, because when we go out of here, there'll be a nice big car waiting to take us down to the airport, then from the airport to Nice, where we'll pick up my yacht. You could be with us with £2,000 as well in your pocket.
That's it, that's it. Hey, we could make him second engineer.
Sure.
Me, second engineer? I don't know nothing about boats. The only boat I've ever been on was with Rosa. It was called the Jason Strip from Little Venice to Regent's Park, an old converted timber barge. Second engineer.
You don't think we could make you a second engineer? Well, let me tell you a little story. Johnny and I had a ride ticket once. We had 45 grand for our whack. What are you doing, son?
Well, I want to... What's the matter? You shy?
Any road, we decided to become honest, go out to Tangier and do a bit of smuggling, like. Now, Johnny bought a boat at Weymouth, then we had to find a crew. Are you listening to me?
Yeah, go on.
Now, the first engineer had 17 convictions for screwing, and the only boat he'd been on was the ferry from Southampton to Parkhurst out of White. Hey, and that's not all. What about the captain, eh, Johnny? The captain. He'd learned the art of navigation out of a magazine called Yachting Monthly. So I think we could make a second engineer out of you. Yeah, it is true on that occasion they slung us out of Tangier. Bloody cheek. Mind you, we're not going to do nothing crooked this time.
Nah. This time we're going to take a nice, quiet cruise round the Mediterranean to relax like.
Yeah.
We'll have 4 to 5 nice little darlings on board. Yeah, it's a great life if you don't get catched. Would you like to be with us?
Could have a nice little light-eyed girl with all the proper accoutrements.
No, I think I'd rather be with Rosa on the Jason Strip.
But your Rosa could come with us, couldn't you, Johnny?
Yeah, of course you could. Would you like that, Danny?
Yeah.
Don't you think it'd be worth serving another 4 months in prison for? With 2 grand in readies when you go out the same time as us? Let me ask you a straight question, son. Wouldn't you do 4 months in prison to get some money? For the sake of your baby?
She's having a baby, isn't she?
Yeah. I suppose I would, but what's the use of talking? I'll never have 2,000 quid as long as I live. I wasn't never meant to have that kind of money.
That's where you're wrong, son. Anyone was meant to have that kind of money, if they want it bad enough. Now, you look like a man of taste to me. I bet your Rosa looked lovely in a nice mink coat.
Yeah, great.
Well, anyway, you said you would.
I would what?
Well, do 4 months in prison for 2,000 quid and a trip on my yacht.
Yeah, but how do I do it?
How do you do it? You see, son, the whole secret of crime is straightening people. Straightening. Before, while, and after action. The straightening irons, like.
Look, lad, you see all the snouts in that there pouch? Well, that costs money. It's brought in by a bent screw. Straightened, you see.
Yeah, all right. Look, you see, Danny, at a weekend, like all British institutions, crisis or no crisis, war or no war, this jail is only half staffed. Now, the last thing they do every night is they come round two-handed to slop out. Now, Sunday night's only one screw comes round, and that'll be our screw, our bent screw. Now, when he asks you to slop out, what we want you to do, now listen carefully, is hit him on top of the head with the leg of that chair. Not too hard. Then me and Robbo here jump on your back and save the gallant prison officer's life. Now, for that, I'll give you £2,000. And the screw gets a monkey. Now, you'll get an extra 6 months for that.
But you'll be out in 4. It's only borrowed time. I mean, you get 6 on, we get 6 off. We lend it to you, and we pay you for it at 125 nick a week.
Yeah, but I'll get the cat for that.
No, son, no. That's the beauty of it. The cat's been abolished. She never studied the law.
No.
She never read the Criminal Justice Act of 1948. No, of course, I forgot you don't read it. Now, look, to show good faith, I'll send your Rosa £500 on account. A monkey lake. She'll get the balance when you've done it. And we'll take a chance on how much remission we get.
I never forget the yacht, the sun, and the little darling.
Well, there it is, Danny. What do you say?
Yeah, for the sake of my Rosa, the sake of my baby, at least I'll be in here for something like.
Of course you will, son. Of course you will. Right, Robbo, get a letter sent out in the morning. Have it sent to the Spieler. Tell the boys to get a monkey to his Rosa, right? 5 days to Sunday. And tell them to give the screw, the bearer, £250 on account. Right. Now, Danny, you look, when we jump on your back, call us a dirty pair of bastards and punch me in the eye, hard as you can. And kick Robbo here in the cobbler. And get in the habit of slopping out every night.
Slop out!
Hey, well, Johnny, we found out there was a right steamer, a rail mug. But why did you tell him the cat was abolished? You can still get the cat for doing a screw.
Ah, that mug won't know. He can't read. Knitter.
Want no other boy, and I'll never let him down. From the east to the west, I know he's the best. From the Thames to Camden Town, my dear. From the Thames to Camden Town. Oh, and I'll never let him down. Till the grass grows green in the Portobello Road, and London Bridge falls down, my dear, and London Bridge falls down.
£600 in the middle. What's that, Joe?
80.
£80. Anybody want it? £80?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Hang on.
Right. All covered. Throw 'em, Joe. 4. Right. Little side bit. I'll lay 2 to 1. There's no 4. Anybody want it?
I'll have 2 20s of it.
2 20s on it. Anybody else? Score there. Right. Throw 'em, Joe. 5. Try again, Joe. Watch your string. 6. 7. 4. I'm done it.
Give me a monkey out.
Monkey out.
Quote for the balance.
Quote for the balance.
Darling, have I brought you luck?
Oh, do me a favour. Leave off. Here, go and stuff yourself with salt beef.
No strangers in the camp? No? Right, we'll turn the speeding up for a moment. I've got something to say to you. I've got a stick here from the Ville. From Johnny May. Needs a bit of help. And we must help one another, mustn't we?
Yeah.
Right. Now, there's a French screw coming here tonight from the Ville. I've got to give him £250 quid. And there's another monkey to be found for another party. See, something's gone wrong where Johnny's been away. And it wouldn't be safe for me to go near any of his money. So I'm asking you. I need a grant to start with tonight. So dive deep, chaps. Now, look, I started off with a one of myself.
Here, I'll the carpet there.
Yeah.
George. Yeah, from the arm.
Yeah,
that's 20 from me.
George is a 50. Right, good luck.
Leave that, that's ours.
Right. Now then, 15 quid light.
Yeah, I'll choose me couple quid.
Oh, no, forget it. Why, would it take such a diabolical liberty? Well, you only come out yesterday?
Look, kid, someone will turn up for me.
Now, look, mate, I don't want it. Put it back in your pocket. Wait till you've knocked all map in a web or something.
It's an arcade, eh, George?
As for you, mate, I'd turn it up if I was you. If you're caught screwing once more, why, they'll throw the book at you.
Give over, it's all I know. What else could I do? A man has to do something to earn his living.
Why don't you go ponting for a change? I wouldn't mind keeping you myself.
All right, turn it up now. Now, let's get down to business. You, Jenny, when that screw comes here, make great play for him. Take him back to your flat and give him a good time. And don't never charge him of it, you understand?
Yeah, what's this screw's name?
Spring Hill Jack, they call him.
Spring Hill Jack? Well, he's a nice horse, son. Talk about bent screws, he's a bastard. 3 days bread and water he got me a week before I release. If he comes down here, I'll have him.
Now,
Don't mind about the money.
we've got a job to do for Johnny. None of us like dirty, crooked screws or dirty, crooked coppers, but they're essential.
You know that, listen.
He may be a bastard, his screw.
Yeah, you wouldn't chuck
But
up.
crooked screws and crooked coppers are always most efficient in their duties. That's to cover up their villainy. So keep your feelings to yourself when he comes down here. Give him a nice big smile, like my big happy family.
Number 457, May. It's letter for you.
132, Robertson. On for you. 427, Lee. On for you. That's it.
This Richard keeps writing to me and I don't want to know. Funny, innit? I wonder why these birds like villains like us.
Hey, Johnny, what do you know about this? I've got an income tax demand. Here am I, earning £3 a week, and these silly bastards want £3 grand off of me. It's a diabolical liberty. I've never paid stamps or tax in my life. How can they tax a burglar, John? Well, if I was to pay tax, the Chancellor of the Exchequer would be a receiver. I'd be compounding a felony.
They don't care how you get it or where you get it. They're worse villains than us. How you getting on with your letter, Danny?
I can understand the first two words. It says, Dear Danny.
Give us it over here. Let's read it to you. Dear Danny, I'm ticking off the days as they go by. I still love you. I don't suppose you get much news in there. I don't know what to write about. My mum's in hospital. The old man gave her a right kicking. Abel got chucked at the Old Bailey. Doris from next door has run off with a black man. I hope I can visit you soon. I'm writing this during my dinner hour. I'm working in a flower shop. I'm sorry it's short. I've got to get back. Must close now. Lots and lots of love from Rosa. P.S. Since I started this letter, a man called Little George came in the shop and gave me some money he says he owes you. He says he'll pay the rest later on. He says for me to tell you. Good, they are. Now the chaps have done their part. They bunged your Rosa a monkey, right?
Why don't we do it tonight while our man's on?
Yeah. Otherwise we'll have to wait till next Sunday.
One certainty's fixed in this life. Each son breaks the heart of his mother. Each husband will lie to his wife. And brother will strangle his brother. But life has its own compensations. Rascal that money can bring. For a yacht in the harbor at Capri very soon draws out that sting. A Mercedes is better than walking. Havanas are better than snouts. And the birds on the beach at Alaska are calling you Danny.
Come on, Danny.
My bird waits in Nottingdale until the day I'm free. The straightest girl in Nottingdale, and she will wait for me. For Rosa, she will be my bride, and she is all I need. I know that she will be outside the morning that I'm free.
Yeah, lad. Have a couple of days, make you feel good.
Oh. What's the time, Robert?
Hey, I'll have a deco.
How can he tell the time looking out there?
Well, dead on 8 o'clock every night, there's a bird over there gets undressed. It's a Screw's wife or daughter. She gives us a flash, but she don't know it. Is she about?
About? Oh, she's half about. Jigger me, she hasn't half got some form. God, they get on the Bristols.
Yeah, well, never mind about that. We'll have enough time to think about that when we get out of here.
Right, Harper! Right, Joe!
In a few minutes, the Screw will be round slobbing out. Robbo, we won't use the leg of the chair. Ask Joe for the cosh.
Hey, Joe. Send down my line. Put old Bill on it. Here, Danny. Old Bill.
Hey, when you get out in the morning, don't forget to go and see my old woman. Okay, mate.
He'll see his old woman all right. She's a right tartar. I wonder who's sleeping in my bed tonight. Listen to that mug. His old woman couldn't sleep straight in her bed. Never mind be straight to it.
Cut the bunny, you'll be here in a minute. Go on, son, get your pop. Now, don't forget, when he comes, punch me hard as you can in the Marie and kick Robbo here in the cobblers.
Any slops?
Hey! Here, Lively! Hey! Quick up here, all these two! These two's up here! Oh, quick! What's the Lively, in here? No, he's done. I think he's done his stuff. Get him out, so I'm here with that tush.
Help him out, quick.
Come on, Lively, get up off the floor, you're all right. Now listen, when they ask you, say Danny's been acting very strange and muttering and talking to himself. They won't leave us alone in here for too long in case we turn queer.
God, he's ruining me for life.
Bit of luck, we'll be out of here in a few weeks.
Michael Carney, sir. Lifer.
Thanks. Michael Carney, life further Dartmoor, reprieved, is temporarily transferred to your establishment for compassionate reasons. Assist this prisoner in any way possible to further the relationship of his wife and himself. Well, Father, another of your flock.
Yes, indeed.
One time he was a hard case, but I'm told now that he's calmed down a bit.
Oh, very
Right,
good.
Sir. Roger Carney. Give your full name to the governor.
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning.
Michael Carney, lodger.
So you're up from Dartmoor for your visits, and you've been here over a fortnight.
Yes, sir.
Who will be visiting you?
His wife, I hope. Huh? Well, you know, sir, 12 years is a long time for a woman to wait. It might be another 3 or 4 years before I get me released.
So you've no fixed date of release?
No, sir. That's the worst part about it. Year after year, not knowing if you're ever getting out. Just hoping, wishing. A fixed date of release would be... well, it would be better, sir.
I hope you have some luck. I understand you've been dining in the mess, and we're doing all we can for you. We'll have to do what we can. Of course, we haven't got the same sort of facilities here that you have at Dartmoor. I mean, playing musical instruments, football, and so on. Anyhow, behave yourself.
Right, Carney.
Give me extension of visit if my wife comes, sir. I haven't seen her for 12 years.
To raise that, Chief.
I'll do that, sir.
Right.
I'll run along, Governor, if I may. I'd like a few words with Carney in his cell.
Right, try, Father. Send in the first applicant, Chief.
Right, sir. First applicant. Give your full name and number to the governor.
588, Anthony Hobbs, sir.
Yes, Hobbs?
Well, sir, Moss and White in D1 mess have been trafficking, sir. And Officer Hill, we're bringing in a parcel of tobacco for them in the morning, sir.
I must warn you that if this accusation against Officer Hill proves to be false, you'll be liable for punishment. You still persist in it?
Yes, sir.
Right, Hobbs?
Outside Hobbs.
Chief, have Moss and White searched before they go to the mess. Have Officer Hill searched when he comes on duty.
Right, sir.
Right.
Next applicant. Give your full name and number to the governor.
Number 163, Samuel David Goldstein, sir.
Yes, Goldstein?
Sir, I want protection from the Oxton gang, sir.
What for?
They're going to use a razor on me, sir.
What for?
You see, they think I cheated them out of £2,000 worth of furs and then gave them away to the police before they was paid, sir. But I didn't do it, sir.
Right, Goldstein. Chief, see to this.
Yes, sir. All right, Goldstein.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That man's a rat, sir.
We must protect even rats in this service, officer.
Yes, sir. I got me and Robertson outside, sir. The officer who was attacked last night said these two men saved his life.
Oh, yes. Well, how is the officer now, Chief?
I'm afraid he's in a pretty bad way, sir. He's only just regained consciousness. I think we ought to tighten this place up, sir.
Yes, Chief, I agree with you. Have the prison search for weapons and enforce the silence rule.
I'll do that, sir. Yes. May and Robertson, sir. May I suggest that you grant them an extra remission of sentence?
Well, let's have a look at their records first.
Right, sir. John May, sir.
May, industrial school, Borstal, revoked license, Borstal, 3 convictions for robbery with violence, 2 for malicious wounding, 23 convictions in all. Yes, now Robertson.
Sir.
Same pattern. Well, let's have them in, Chief.
Yes, sir. May, Robertson. Give your full name and number to the governor.
457 Mace.
132, Robertson, sir.
Officer Jackson, who was savagely attacked last night, stated that you 2 men were responsible for saving his life. I see you've both been well behaved during this sentence, and you've only a few months to do. I'm going to recommend to the prison commissioners that you're both given special remission of sentence, as I want to thank you both. We shall be taking a full statement from you both later on, and you may have to give evidence before the visiting magistrates. Are you prepared to do this, May?
Yes, sir.
Robertson?
I suppose so, sir.
Right, now go back to your work until I send for you.
I got you.
What is it, Chief? Mayor Robertson, you both saw Lee attack Officer Jackson. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Make an unprovoked attack upon him with this weapon. Is that right? Well, I thanked you both just now for saving Officer Jackson's life. I'm sorry to have to say now that you witnessed a murder. Prison Officer Jackson is dead.
Now Danny is in hospital in Brixton waiting for, with Silent Sam the gangster on his right. On his left the madman who has sworn to clear the holy mall of prostitutes who hustle there at night.
Nah, Silent Sam's got one.
That lousy bastard wouldn't give you the time. Thinks because he shot a fella in a club and his mob's got plenty of money, he's got a superiority complex. Thinks I'm a mug because I strangled a whore. But if she gave him what she gave me, he'd have strangled her as well. So I think I cost me £2 for a dose of the pox. Sorry, no, he didn't strangle a few more, like Jack the Ripper. Silent Sam! You're going to swing right on the end of a bloody great piece of string! Knackers! All world's a lot of knackers, and you'll all finish up in the knackers yard!
I killed a whore in Kensal Town, hullabaloo-balay. She picked me up and I struck her down, hullabaloo-balay. Hullabaloo-balay, for overcharging me £0.50, hullabaloo-balay. I killed a whore in Notting Hill, hullabaloo-balay. I buried her deep and she's lying there still, hullabaloo-balay. Hullabaloo-balay, she overrated her little skill, hullabaloo-balay. I've killed 3 whores and I'll kill 1 more, hullabaloo-balay. I've killed 3 whores and I'll make it 4, hullabaloo-balay. Hullabaloo-balay, 'cause I'm declaring a holy war, hullabaloo-balay.
I hope they don't hang him. This is a matter of the march here. He ought to be in Broadmoor, really.
Yeah, and the sooner the better. Couldn't sleep last night with his raving.
Yeah, that's right.
One CC on to you, sir.
Right, put him in number 2 there.
That's one, son. Take off the tie, son. Give it here. Give us your shoelaces.
Shoelaces? What's it all about? Me shoes are flop about.
Give us your laces. Just so you can't harm yourself.
Here you are then, son. Go to Kip when you like.
When can I see me go on him? I've got an headache.
Well, I'll get you something for it.
Oh, bloody banging about. There ain't no peace on this earth. Sorry, where's me tea?
Coming, they'll be. Just getting some aspirins for your new soulmate.
New cellmate, eh? Hey, you. What's your name?
Lee. Danny Lee.
You're the one that killed the screw.
I didn't never mean to.
Have you got any snout?
Yeah, hang on. I'll sling some across.
Right. Thanks, pal. Charlie, where's me bloody tea?
All right, Nobby. We'll go and get it now. Come on, old Lee, let's go.
Now that he's gone, hey, tell me, why did you kill the screw?
I don't know. I suppose I must have hit him too hard.
Yeah, I must be crazy. But if you're not crazy, do you know what they'll do to you? They'll put you in a condemned cell for 3 clear Sundays. That's the law. Then they'll thrush you up like a chicken. The hangman hits you over the head with a sack full of crap and throws you down the hole. And a dirty big screw swings onto your feet and gives your neck an extra jerk. and it'll cure my pox. There ain't no peace on this earth, and I better have to be dead. I think I'll strangle the hangman. No, I won't. I'll do it, Charlie. Charlie, where's my bloody tea? Hurry up, Charlie, because when I've had my tea, I'm going to kill you.
All right, son. Doctor wants
Come on,
to see
Charlie.
you.
Come and meet my maker.
I'll keep your tea hot for you.
Now, well, give us your mug, Nobby.
I'm coming on, sir. I'm gonna kill him, Charlie, because there ain't no peace on this earth.
Come on, the devil! All right, take it easy, steady.
There you are. Here, it's coming up first thing after lunch, number 1 course.
More scheming.
Oh, a proper mug is our Denny. First he gets himself half a stretch for nothing. Now he's up on a murder charge. My own flesh and blood.
Yeah, see that little bloke just got that one with glasses on, gone round the corner. Well, he's awaiting jury, and he's on our Danny's jury. I've been on his tail.
Well, boys, I've got to do something. He's one of our own, you know. Sink or swim, even if I get my collar felt, I've got to help my Danny. Listen.
Ma, we don't want you in the nick and all. Here, Ma, let me have a go at the keys. I'll straighten them out.
No, no. You leave this to me. I'll do it my own way. You'll only mess it up. You smug me up. Come on, I've got to get rid of this stuff. Here, put those pussies away. You take my drawings, John. Here lies the body of Emma Golightly, who passed away in 1865, aged 23. Cool, she must have been rich to have a lovely gravestone like that. Eh, sir?
I wonder. She might have been a beautiful actress, not just been the daughter of a cabinet maker.
Death's a funny thing, ain't it, sir? It ain't no respecter of class. Of course, it do depend how you die. Now, my Bert, my old man, he's dying of cancer, and he's worked so hard all his life.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Would you mind if I sat down beside you, sir? It's me knees, you see. I've got arthritis. I'm a cleaner, you see, sir, round the corner at St. Bart's Hospital. And, of course, I'm kneeling all day, and that don't help. This is me lunch hour.
Have an apple.
No, thank you. It's me tea. They're new and they ain't settled in yet. Well, as I was saying, we never think of death, do we, sir? Not till it strikes our own. Now, my Bert, he's worked so hard as a cabinet maker all his life.
Cabinet maker, eh? I'm a cabinet maker.
Look, fancy that. Ain't it a small world? Have you got any children, sir?
No. Wish I had. Not even married. 45 and still a bachelor. No one loves me.
Oh, don't be silly. Your mother loves you.
Oh, yeah, she...
Oh, there's nothing like a mother's love, and she's always there to look after you.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. She gets me sandwiches, makes sure I have 2 apples, gets me up for work at 6, sees me I go out every day. She thinks I've gone to work today. She doesn't know I've got to go across there on a jury at 2 o'clock. She's 78. I don't upset her. She's against these hangings, and I think she's right.
Oh, I'm sure she is, sir. I'm sure she is. But if you ain't sure, there's only one thing you can do.
What's that?
You must talk the jury into finding your man not guilty.
Barbara's got the geezer straightened, eating from her ankle threatened.
You see that figure up there, holding what they call the scales of justice?
What?
They're the actual scales of justice. And do you know what she'd say if she could speak? She'd ask for the inspector of weights and measures. Them weights are very dodgy, sir.
Barbara's got the geezer straightened, she will never let a chance go by.
Are you Daniel Lee?
Yes, Cap.
Daniel Lee, you are charged with capital murder. The particulars being that you, on the 13th day of 1965 in the county of London, murdered Arthur Jackson, he being a prison officer acting in the course of his duty. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Well, I'm guilty in a way. But it's not as simple as that. I didn't mean to kill him.
Are you then pleading not guilty?
No, I done it. But it wasn't murder. You see, there was these two fellas. And
Are you admitting that you struck Mr. Jackson?
Yes, Gov.
And when you struck Mr. Jackson, what did you mean to do to him?
I wanted to do him up a bit.
By that, I presume that you mean that you intended to injure him. Lay down that where the killer has inflicted grievous bodily harm on his victim by a voluntary act which causes the death of the victim, and which was intended to cause grievous bodily harm, and there exists implied malice which constitutes malice aforethought, and which accordingly renders a killing murder.
My lord, yes. He's told me repeatedly that he has no desire to deceive the court by telling lies, and that accordingly he wishes to plead guilty. I had explained to him the full implications in such a plea.
Only one sentence in this case, that you suffer death in the manner authorized by law. So be it.
Oh, 3 clear Sundays, Danny now is in the condensed cell, waiting for the morning he must die. He counts the hours passing by the tolling of the bell, and before him sees the grave where he will lie.
I'm very happy to see you again, Dad. Would you mind that?
Yes, Father.
Thank you very much. Well, Dad, how are you?
Well, Father, I don't really know. I wanted to see her because I'm so worried about Rosa.
Yes?
She's having the baby soon. Well, my old mum don't like her much, and the screws in here are a lot of mugs. I wanted you to help.
Is she a Catholic?
Yes, Father.
Well, were you going to marry her in a Catholic church?
Well, Father, we hadn't really thought about anything like that. You see, none of us had much schooling, and my old mum didn't think much of it, and I never thought much about it myself until now.
Yes. Well, most people, Danny, turn to God during suffering. Now, have you received the sacrament recently?
It's 10 years, Father. I've not been to confession or communion since I was a little kid.
Well, would you like me to come and say Mass in here tomorrow morning? Would you like to make a good confession for me now?
Oh, I'd like to, Father, but I can't remember what to say. I've forgotten the words. I've never been confirmed like. I've committed a lot of sins. It'd take too long.
Don't worry about that now. That's nothing. I'll help you. Come now and confess to me.
All right, Father. I think I can remember the first bit.
Good. Yes?
Bless me, Father.
Yes?
For I have sinned.
Yes, that's it. Yes. 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 Sit up, Danny. Sit up. Now, take your time. There's no hurry.
Is that all right, Father?
Yes, of course it is. Now, tell me everything you can remember doing wrong.
Well, I've always been getting into fights all my life. I've been in fights since I was 14. Yes. I've given Abel a black eye, and I've been with my Rosa and wasn't never married. I've told a lot of lies. Oh, I'm a terrible villain, really, Father. God will never forgive me. I'll finish up in hell, won't I?
No, you won't, Danny. Unless you die with mortal sin on your soul. Now, tell me all about this murder you are charged with. Don't be afraid. You see, you've left it out.
No, Father, I haven't left nothing out. I know you won't believe me, but I never meant that screw no harm. He was in it anyway. It was supposed to be a sort of pantomime like, do you see?
Yeah, I see. But, Danny, you know that whatever you say to me in confession will remain a secret. I shall never tell anyone. I shall forget it myself. You know that. You believe in me, Danny, don't you? And you believe in God.
Yes, Father, but I never meant
You still say you didn't mean him any harm.
Yes, Father, that's the truth.
Good. Very well, then. Now, is there anything else now you'd like to tell me?
No, Father. Nothing.
Yes?
Only I don't want to die. I hate the bastards that put me in here. It ain't right that a man should have to die for something he done accidental.
Believe me, Danny, I understand how you feel. But don't feel too bitter about it, as it can only harm. Remember, Danny, that our blessed Lord himself was condemned to death after a trial that was a mockery of justice, and under laws that were unjust. He, too, suffered all that you are suffering now. Now make a good act of contrition. And for your penance, say, 5 Our Fathers and 5 Hail Marys. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
I am heartily sorry for all my sins, because they deserve thy dreadful punishment, because they have crucified my loving Saviour, Jesus Christ, but most of all because they offend thy infinite goodness. And I firmly resolve, with the hope of thy grace, to offend thee no more, and carefully to avoid the occasions of sin. Good. Now, Misereata tuus omnipotens Deus et omittus peccatus tuus, perducat te ad vitam aeternam. Amen. In nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. God bless you, Danny. Well now, Danny, I hope you feel better. Have you got your rosary? Have you got your rosary beads?
No, Father, I lost them when I was a kid.
Oh, well then you better take mine. There you are.
Oh, thank you, Father.
I shall ask the bishop to come and confirm them. And tomorrow morning I shall be here myself at 7 to say Mass. So, Danny, keep your heart up. And goodbye till then.
Goodbye, Father.
All right, Danny boy? There's a letter for you. It's just come.
Oh. I can't read, Gov. Can you read it for me?
It's a summons to appear in court on the 18th of March for obstruction with a barrow.
Oh, that's tomorrow. It must be a good omen. Well, would you write a nice letter to that magistrate for me, Gov? Now, let me see. Sir, I'm sorry I cannot appear tomorrow. I would very much like to come. Only I have an appointment with Mr. Ketch on Thursday, and he might keep me hanging about. If he don't, I'll pop down to see you, mate. Why not send my papers to Mr. Ketch? He loves me in at the kill. From Danny Lee.
Now listen, dearie. When Danny comes in, don't start crying. You only upset him. You tell him that we're going out tonight to get signatures for his reprieve. Tell him all the papers say he'll be reprieved. I want to go in there and kiss my Danny. He's my baby, you
Sorry,
know.
Ma. Against the rules.
He's always been a good son to his mum and given me money.
Sorry, Ma.
Here, don't you tell me I can't go in and kiss him. I'll have you reported. I write to the Queen about you. Stinkers.
Hello, sweetheart. Don't you look lovely, eh? Any news yet?
Everybody thinks she'll get reprieved. We're going round the pubs tonight to try and get some more signatures.
Everybody thinks I'll get reprieved. Everybody said I had a marvellous chance. But look where I am now. My QC went bent on me. I don't think he was even trying. They tell me he went to school with a prosecutor.
You've been eating all right, son. You look a bit thin to me. I was only saying to your Aunt Lil yesterday, I said I do hope they give my Danny plenty of bread pudding and faggots, because he do like his bread pudding and faggots.
No, Mum, I've lost my appetite. I don't fancy nothing anyway. But don't worry. How's Lou, Joss and Abel?
Oh, they're lovely, they are. They've taken your Aunt Lil to the hospital. She's going to be scraped again. Though what a woman of her age wants to keep having babies for, I'll never know. It's a terrible operation, you know. Ooh, I remember when I was scraped. It was just before you was born. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was just before your dad got his 7. Time he won out on a pill. If he hadn't one time out on a pill, you might never have been born.
I sometimes wish I hadn't.
Oh, don't say that, son. You ain't missing much in here, you know. It's a miserable bastard life outside. What with my back, Aunt Lil's operation, and the atom bombs in Scotland, and now there's a load of flu about. I think I've got a dose myself. Where's my snuff box?
The baby will be born soon, Danny, remember? What'll I call it?
If it's a girl, we'll call her Penny.
I want it to be a boy so I can call him Danny.
Oh, ain't that nice?
I know it'll be a boy.
Did you get the money all right?
Oh, I've got that all right. I'm looking after that for Rosa. You couldn't trust your old mum.
But, Ma, I want Rosa and the baby to have it. You'll be all right. You've got the boys to look after you. You won't ever want for nothing. I want my Rosa and my baby to have the best.
Oh, don't talk like that, son. I wouldn't touch a penny of it. You know that. I mean to say, your Rosa, she ain't so marvellous with money, you know. She ain't fly, like your old mum. She could have made a packet out of this. Well, I got 50 quid from them Sunday newspaper reporters. Oh, we had a lovely drink, we did, and I gave them all them photographs of you when you was a little boy. Mind you, they drank all my whiskey, but they did give me 50 quid, and as one of them said to your Aunt Lil, well, missus, they said, you can do with all the money you can get, because you won't get no insurance money.
Insurance money, you bloody wicked old cow, insurance money. That's all you've ever thought of all your life, isn't it, Ma? Money, money, money. When I was a little kid, you tried to send me out thieving, and when I wouldn't go, you made me sit up all night making clothes pegs with me penknife. Money, money, money. Oh, take me away. I want to be hanged. I want to die.
He's gone mad. Stark, staring, raving bonkers. Did you hear what he called me? His own mother? The best mum a boy ever had? My God, let me get out of here.
Rosa must wait in Nottingdale for all eternity before I come to Nottingdale. Ketch must draw his fee. A widow ere she was a bride, her tears her lullaby, and yet I know she'll be outside the morning that
Not a jerk. Not a jerk. Oh, lovely, Charlie. Let's have old Willie up and try again, eh? Yeah. I'll close the trap. Hey, give us an hour with old Willie then, fellas. Tom. That's it. Tom. Got you. Come on, Charlie, hurry up. Now the anti-hanging bill through. That's it. Great. Now, look. In future, allow you to tie that knot a little bit tighter on the left of the jaw, because the dislocation of the vertebrae without decapitation depends on the tightening of that knot on the left lower jaw.
Yeah, gotcha.
How do you feel, Charlie?
Well, I'm all right, thanks, Albert, but I'd rather be down old Brands Ash on my motorbike, you know what I mean?
Ah, come on, when you take over from me, which God willing won't be very long now, I want you to be the finest hangman in the world, as befits my future son-in-law. From the cell to the trap shouldn't take more than 12 seconds.
Yeah.
And don't forget that left lower jaw.
Right.
If you give him 1 inch more of the rope, I'll pull his bloody head off.
Gotcha.
We don't have any Nurembergs here, do we? Eh? Well, of course, Charlie, you wouldn't remember that, would you? You're only a lad at the time.
No, well, what happened to Nuremberg then, Albert?
Well, there was 26 top German brass to be topped. They gave the job to some Yank who didn't know the secret of the left lower jaw.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Bloody amateurs. Didn't you see the photograph in the Time magazine,
No,
Charlie?
Albert, what happened?
Oh, enough to make you weep, believe me. Should have given the job to an Englishman. Best hangman in the world. I want you to do the rest of the lot when I retire. And, what? Make it into a secret. I'm getting nearly £30,000 for my story from this Sunday,
Cool, how about that then?
Oh, good evening, Doctor, sir.
Good evening, Albert.
Glad to introduce my future son-in-law, Charlie Smith.
How do you do? How do you do, sir? Well, how's the old ticker, Albert?
Oh, not too bad, sir. Touch wood.
And the wife, still getting that arthritis, isn't it?
Oh, no, she's lovely, thank you. Charlie is a bit nervous. Tomorrow morning's the first time he's helping me. There's no reprieve, I suppose.
No, the Home Office issued their final statement this afternoon, with no possible grounds, anyway.
Oh, good. We don't want to come all this way for nothing, do we? This man we're hanging in the morning, I've got his particulars here. Weight 11 stone 6 pounds, is that right?
That's right, Albert.
Yeah, any peculiarities or deformities, any false teeth?
No, it's a dead simple job for you.
Will there be any trouble?
Well, could be. He's a rough type, you know. I'm going to give him a sedative tonight. He appears to be all up and down since his last visit. Fell out with his old mother. Anyway, Albert, I was away. See you in the morning. Good night.
Good night. Cheerio, Doc. See him in the morning, all right. He's a nice enough fellow, that doctor, you know, but he's nearly always half drunk at an execution.
You're joking.
He once told me he couldn't come to the executions yet unless he had 3 light scotches for breakfast.
I don't believe it.
It's a funny thing, that, isn't it? Squeamish.
I don't need that, Charlie, and neither will you. Come down here to do a job like any other. Look, we sleep in that cell opposite. The beds are a bit hard, but they make us quite comfortable. I brought a book apiece for us. There's a display aim for you.
Oh, so I read this one.
And grandfather's Bible for me. Great thing to have tradition in the family. He had the job of hanging for 25 years, and his father before him. Oh, he's a great old gentleman. You don't meet his sort nowadays, you know.
No, Albert.
No, you don't. I remember when I was a nipper, riding along the country lanes at the back of his pony cart, listening to him and my father talking of ways of bringing a man to an easy death. It's a great profession, this, Albert, though a lot of people won't admit it. We perform a real public service.
I know. A lot of the lads would like to be where I am now, you know.
Oh, I reckon you're right there. They say they get 5 or 6 applications every week for our job at the Home Office. But you must keep up the standards. No good getting slack in a profession like ours. I always like to think of the words of my great-great-grandfather, who said that he regarded himself as a man who plucked the weeds out of God's garden.
He put that beautiful like, didn't he, Albert?
He did, Charlie, and don't you never let down his memory. Not me, mate. Shall we turn in?
Yeah, sure. Hey, Albert, you know, I was thinking, we should have another go with old Willie here. I mean, I don't want to make any mistakes in the morning, now do I? Hey, can I have a go on the lever this time?
Lovely, Charlie. Not a jerk. You're doing this to the manner born. Now, you just remember that left lower jaw and you'll make out fine.
At 8 in the morning, as daylight is dawning, Ketch and his Charlie are earning their pay. 10 guineas a coffin, come rise for the dropping, while Danny in quicklime will shrivel away.
I tell you, Lou, if they've got enough to nick you, they've got enough to charge you. And if they've got enough to charge you, they've got enough to convict you. And if they convict you, don't you think they won't hang you, because they bloody will, the bastards. The old bleeding system's bent.
Take it easy, Martin. Look after me.
Yeah.
Well, Ma, calm down now.
I don't know why we even bothered to try and save him. I always knew they'd get him in the end. And why? Because he forgot the 11th commandment. Thou shalt not plead guilty.
Yeah.
Don't you forget that, boys, because Danny did.
Leave off, Ma. Pack it in. Have some respect.
Have some respect. Look at him. He ain't got no feelings. Well, my Danny was the best son in the whole wide world. And his very last words to me was that he'd got the best mum in all the world.
Mother of God, where were you that day? The villains tempted my Danny. That hour he was lost, he was dead from that day. And you turned your back on my Danny. Mother of God, where are you now? They're coming to hang my Danny. The quicklime's prepared, no flower will grow on the grave where they buried my Danny.
Should I have a drink? Would you like us to wait outside, Father? Would you, please?
No.
You frightened me, Father.
Danny, come here. Danny, I want you to be very brave this morning. I want you to die like a good Catholic. I shan't leave you. I shall be with you all the time.
Oh, look after my Rosa, Father, and tell her that I love her.
Yes, of course I will. O my God, I love thee. Thou seest me, thou knowest all, thou canst do all. Now, Danny, a prayer to Our Lady to assist you. Hail, Holy Queen, Mother of Mercy. Hail our life, our sweetness, and our hope. To thee do we cry, poor banished children of Eve. To thee do we send up our sighs, mourning and weeping in this vale of tears. Turn thy most gracious advocate, thine eyes of mercy towards us, and after this our exile, show unto us the blessed fruit of thy womb, Jesus. O clement, O loving, O sweet Virgin Mary, pray for us, O Holy Mother of God, that we may be made worthy of the promises of Christ. Now, Danny, stand up.
Here, Danny boy, drink this.